What a test match. What a test match in Cape Town between the world champion South Africa and their great rivals New Zealand. Absolute epic, which I'm going to give you my thoughts on just after the final whistle. If you appreciate the rugby content on the channel, then please leave your comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Spoiler alert, if you don't know the result, obviously look away. The fans here are very happy. 18-12 it finished to the world champions against their great rivals. South Africa have the Freedom Cup. You can just maybe see Siya Kolisi just handed that over to Frans Malherbe, who is holding the Freedom Cup. And I'll tell you what, even Frans Malherbe had to sort of hoik that up a little bit, struggling to hold it. So that shows how heavy that is. And with it, as well as the Freedom Cup, that's got to be the Rugby Championship in the bag for the Bokke, hasn't it? Surely. 18-12. Thank you, as I say, for watching, for subscribing, and all the rest of it. Absolutely loved that. Brilliant test match. It was one of those where small moments felt like really big moments. And that's when you know a test match is a good one. Yes, there were errors. Yes, both teams can improve in lots of ways, but they served up a brilliant spectacle. And before I get to the game, never been to Cape Town before. Only my second visit to South Africa, as you know if you've been following the channel. What a brilliant spectacle that was, just as an occasion. Aside from the rugby and the 80 minutes and the performance of the two teams, I loved that matchday experience. It's very different to Ellis Park, which was amazing in its own way. Very different to Loftus, which was so good as well in a different way. And Kings Park. Kings Park, I'd say, if I could put it all together, I'd go for some, oh, you can't see it. You can't see it, hold on a minute. You okay? How you doing? You all right? Yeah, very good. They've got coats and hats on. They knew what the weather was going to be like here in Cape Town. But, what was I saying? Yeah, I'd take bits of every stadium experience that I've been in so far. The pre-game atmosphere was like the warmest, loveliest experience. It was so good. The kids with the big display that they did. I normally don't really pay attention to that, but I thought it was fantastic. The plane flying over, the anthems, the way the haka was really respectfully observed. It was just awesome. Like goosebump moments, it really was. As for the actual match, let's get into that. Big question before I drive into detail. What do you think about the way that the Springboks are trying to play? Because they persisted with that attack, counter-attack from deep. Yes, they changed Andre Pollard and Willie Leroux and Grant Williams, but they were still playing the same as they did with Apalele Fassi and Sasha as the 10-15 options. And Cobus Reinach. What do you make of it? Because I'm not 100% convinced. They've won another game. They've won a game, and I think they'll be better served for trying it. I don't know. Do South Africa have the skill set? Oh no, it's not do they have the skill set, is it playing to South Africa's strengths to play that way? That's what I'm not sure about. I guess what I can say is they're trying it and they're still winning. And if they can find the different ways to play, then come the next World Cup, they'll be like a Swiss Army knife of a rugby team. They'll have different tools for different jobs. There's a lot of errors, isn't there? And they got turned over a lot. New Zealand, just to flip it around to them, they were so good again, much like last week, really good for 65 minutes, but they do not have a 23-man squad to beat South Africa right now, at least not away from home. And one of the bits of evidence for that is Scott Robertson left, I think, 3 New Zealand players unused on the replacements bench, I think, which, I mean, that's a surprise. How you doing? Hold on a minute. Let me go to the crowd. Let me go to the crowd on this one. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Good, and you? How's it going?
I'm very well. How do you feel?
That was a good game. I thought Hunter was a bit cucked, but it was a good game, right?
Well, but then Sasha missed touch and missed some pens and stuff when he came on as well.
Yeah, he did. But it was a tight game.
Yeah.
I thought Siya was a monster.
Right.
Siya amazing.
I was just posing the question. I'd be interested to know what you think. Are the Springboks playing to their strengths by trying this counter-attack from deep and all-court rugby?
No, I think we're learning. I think we'll get there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a process. We're not quite polished, but it's the fact that we can win like this, it's amazing. Like it was a great game. I think the All Blacks were amazing.
I think our set piece is strong enough that we can be confident to try things.
Although, line out first half,
What the hell? Like what the hell?
I forgot about that. Line out first half.
No, it's not polished. The fact that we can win games like this is amazing. We'll take it. Yeah, but it's amazing.
What sort of impact does Marks and Quagga make when they come on? Amazing.
Huge, right?
Those guys are
It's
game
huge.
changers.
How do you feel, sorry?
Good, but the question is, how far are the All Blacks behind the Springboks if the Springboks are not polished?
Well, I know I think I just made the point. Scott Robertson left 3 players on the bench, didn't use them. Which they don't have a 23 to win, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't. So, my question is, if they get better, it's scary. It's scary.
They've got to play you at Eden Park next year, haven't they?
Yeah,
They
I
have
reckon.
to.
Yeah, I reckon.
Put the record on the line.
So we got lucky twice, but we'll take it. It looks good. I think Rusty's got a plan, we hope. But it's nice seeing you. I hope you're
Hey.
enjoying your stay.
I'm loving it.
You're a legend.
Loving it.
I hope Cape Town treated you better.
Huh?
I hope Cape Town treated you better.
Oh, everywhere's treated me brilliantly. But yeah.
Yeah, I watched your TikTok. It was quite good.
Sorry?
I say I watched your TikTok. It was quite good.
I'm not on TikTok. Someone is taking my content off YouTube and putting it on TikTok. Stop it.
Is there any team in the world that has beaten the All Blacks 4 in a row?
I don't know, but I know the last time that the Box did it was 1949.
Okay. So we won in Twickenham,
Twickenham.
World Cup final
Yeah.
last week,
Yep.
and here in Cape Town.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a handy team. It's a handy team.
Beating them again in Eden Park. Thursday.
They've got to put the record on the line at Eden Park, haven't they? Right, I'm coming back. Oh, it's fine. Where was I? There we go. Oh, good bunch of fans. Cape Town is a brilliant city. Error-strewn first half. Let me just run through the game. Error-strewn first half. South Africa making loads of handling errors. I said this morning on the channel I was like a kid before Christmas. Well, there were loads of cards being dished out by Matthew Carley. Understandably so. There was yellow cards all over the shop. New Zealand, I mean, man, their breakdown effort, they were actually much better in collisions. I thought Wallace Satiti gave them a real go forward. I thought Cody Taylor was immense. Tyrell Lomax, yellow card aside, he is such a baller. Absolutely love him. And they went in 9-3 up, didn't they? 3 Damian McKenzie penalties. South Africa going for the corner, not taking 3 points, and then Sam Cane getting a turnover on his own line. They really hung in there. South Africa, as I was just mentioning, they lost 4 out of their first 5 line-outs, or at least didn't win them cleanly. Move the camera. Oh, I'm not looking down there. Hold on. There's a guy. Hold on a minute. Sorry, there's a guy trying to get my attention. That way around. Oh, I'm on this camera. Thank you. There's a guy just like letting me know I was out of shot. That's not a good man. I'm not out of shot. I'm right here. Half-time 9-3. Errors. On this, right, so here's my thought on South Africa and the way they're trying to play. I think they need the threat of kicking to force New Zealand to put players in the backfield to then open up space to play the running game. I think they're becoming a little bit predictable, and I agree with the point that the fan just there made, that it's a process and they will get there. But I think if South Africa mixed it up and had a bit more variety in their attack, kicked a bit more, then New Zealand would have been forced to move 2 at least, or maybe 3 players into the backfield, and they would have been able to open them up then. But they didn't. But, I mean, I just thought New Zealand played a really smart game, deserved to go in 9-3 up, because they were the ones not making errors, playing percentages, playing test match rugby. And, I mean, but for some errors in the second half, they could have pulled off another win. Second half kicked off, and South Africa go for the corner again, not the posts. Eben Etzebeth thought he'd scored. I'll say one thing for Cape Town Stadium. You could hear the TMO and the referee in the stadium, which that was great. Really appreciated that. And Matthew Carley stuck with, had to go with his on-field decision, which was no try, so fine, that's the way it goes. But in any case, Siya Kolisi scored shortly afterwards, 10-9, power game. Sasha backed it up, he was on the field, scored a pen, it's 13-9. But then, more turnovers for New Zealand meant D-Mac could close the game to a point. He had the chance to go ahead, but hit the post. And there was one passage of play around halfway that summed it up. Ardie Savia won a turnover for New Zealand. They kick they mess up their own line out. South Africa get the ball and eventually win a penalty, but Sasha Feinberg Ngomazulu misses touch. Then New Zealand win a penalty and D-Mac misses the pen. It just error. And despite all of that, it was a compelling test match that could have gone either way until the last 10 minutes when really the power of South Africa showed. And I think that's the big takeaways for me. South Africa are in transition. They're trying things. They're evolving. They're trying to move on from where they were and add another string to their boat. And they're probably going to get there. New Zealand needs some of these young players to become experienced players because Scott Robertson clearly doesn't have confidence in his 23-man squad right now. They do have some players out. They'll be back. I thought Satiti, Lomax, Taylor were brilliant for New Zealand. I thought for South Africa, Cheslin's just awesome, doing everything. I didn't think any of the halfbacks covered themselves in glory, but it's good to see Jaden Hendrickson back on the field. Yeah, they won. They got a win. In Test match rugby, they got a win. Right, I'm going to go back to the fans for a final chat. Could you grab the camera? Just speaking to my mate Lewis. Oh, he just turned his head away before I could see him. Right. How you doing? Oh, you can get a selfie while you're telling me how that went for you.
It went great. That is 4 times in a row. That means we're the best ever.
Ah, how you doing, Nico?
Nice to meet you.
Hang there for a second. How are you feeling?
Amazing. You know, I've had the privilege to watch Springboks, All Blacks all over the world. This tops it. And we are bringing Springbok and All Blacks, rugby's greatest rivalry, to the US market 2 years. And come over. It's going to be the clash of the century.
Well, I want to be there in 2031 as well.
2031 is going to be the Rugby World Cup in NFL stadiums. It's going to take it to the most modern digital level that the Rugby World Cup has seen. Come to the US 2031 Rugby World Cup.
Do you work for USA Rugby by any chance?
I work for Egg Chasers.
Yes, you do. Oh, it's the man. It's the my man who shaves his legs. How you feeling?
I wax my legs now. I don't shave it in.
Oh, wax. Sorry.
I wax my boyfriend does it as well. No, just joking. I'm a big fan. I love it. I love your show. And we won twice in a row. In your head. In your head. And I say, hey, hey. In your head. In your head.
Can you explain that for me? Because I've seen that everywhere, and I don't read Afrikaans. Can you explain it?
Scared. That's what it means. Who's scared? Not the bots.
Ah, okay.
Explain it.
In English, then. Who's bang means who's scared. We the world champions, we're not scared. Either way.
There you go.
I'll tell you something, my guy. You get a single bed, you get a double bed, and then you get an Etsa bed.
Class. I'm going to leave it on that. I'm ending it on that. Right. Yeah, can you say like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe.
Do what he said. Do what he said. I'll see you on the next one.